One of the things that I think is so important about the third question on the Honolulu questions is the power of the group and how it is critical for all of us to have men and women in our lives who tell us the truth. The first one and number one priority that we all need to have is somebody to knock the crown off our head, and that it's not about us personally, but it's about the group. The power of the military, the power of operational units and law enforcement, the thing that makes them so effective is that mutual accountability. And when we get promoted, we don't have that anymore. People are afraid to tell us the truth. And that's why, basically, again, without the feedback of other people, you are blind to how you're really doing, because your mind loves you. It's going to tell you you're not that bad, that you could have done it better, but you're not that bad. But it's interesting. We are very judgmental in other people because we see what they're doing and we match it with what needs to be done. But we are basically looking in a carnival mirror when we look at ourselves. And when you have other people in your life hold you accountable, they accomplish the most important thing that will help you be a leader, is to knock the crown off your head and bring you back to we, that it's not about you. Then once you have that, being a leader requires a lot of courage. It requires a lot of wisdom, and you cannot have that by yourself. And when you have 3 or 4 or more people in your life that you meet with and say, I need to communicate, make me communicate this week. And when I come back on Friday, I want you to ask me who are the people you got to talk to. And if I didn't do any of this, you kick my butt. It makes you apply leadership. Again, that's what books don't give us. Books give us, here's the common characteristics of leadership, da, 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 da. The issue is the will to do it. And the will to do it is not in an individual. It's in the team, where all the people around you help you to follow through and practice this. I love this great quote. None of us is as smart as all of us are. None of us is as smart as all of us are. You are going to probably be emotional. You're not thinking correctly. You're not thinking in reality. You're not thinking based on principles. But when you have men and women in your life that tell you the truth, it's not affecting them personally. So they are logical and objective, and they will just remind you to do the right thing. And all of us have been either made a decision or we're getting ready to make a decision that wasn't a good one. But if you have people in your life that you sift this through, then they will show you the weaknesses. They'll give you better ideas on how to accomplish this. And I want you to know, if you practice this, you will immediately find out you'll make much better decisions, because you have the collective wisdom of the group, who is, again, thinking more logically than you are, because you may be afraid this is going to come back to bite you. The other thing is that'll make you follow through. If you decide, I need to deal with the problem employee, in your mind, you say, I need to deal with the problem employee. It's going to be easy at the end of the week. So, well, I didn't have time, so I'll try to do it next week. No, but if you tell people, I need to hold Tom Wilson accountable, they are naturally going to follow up with you and say, how did it go? And this will make you confront this person. More importantly, one of them might say, let me go with you. And again, just like the power of the group that will go and confront you honestly when you want to be a leader, you will also have the courage, because you're not going alone to confront a problem employee who's probably going to file a grievance against you. You will actually go because of superiority of numbers. You'll have a witness to what is being said, and this is going to be a much more effective discipline. The next one is, we all know leadership, but again, it's the will to practice it. And unfortunately, most of us did not see this practice by our predecessors We had good men and women that were promoted to sergeant, lieutenant, but in that fear, they don't follow through. And that's why most managers fail to practice leadership, because they're afraid of getting in trouble. But with the group, we all of us learn how to actually do this because of, again, the power of the group. And we will practice, not just read a book about it. We will practice the tell, see, do of training, and you will apply the principles. And finally, and this cannot be underestimated, if you practice leadership in the law enforcement culture, and that law enforcement culture is not used to leadership, they will not applaud you when you come after the problem employee. They're going to come after you and accuse you of rocking the boat, of not being a team player. Why are you causing trouble? That is the natural reaction of a leadership culture that does not lead. And when you have those 3 or 4 or 5 men and women in your life who hold you accountable, you have confidence you're making a good decision, and this is very important. And when you get hit for doing the right thing, you will have them waiting in your office and say, yeah, I know the captain's mad at you, but it was still the right thing to do. And you protected that employee by confronting this man or woman who is being critical of them, and you did the right thing. And you're still going to be in trouble, but you'll know it's in trouble for doing the right thing, not for doing the wrong thing. And I want to make a promise, and this is a legitimate promise. If you practice leadership in a group that cares for each other and cares for the mission, you will never make a serious mistake. You'll be more consistent in applying this, because that's what we have seen in sports teams and the power of the group, and in the power of, I mentioned before, operational units and the military units. That is where the ability to go above and beyond is vested. We can't do this alone. Most of your managers failed to lead you, not because they were bad people, but because they tried to do this alone. And this is overwhelming for a person to try to do by themselves. And they gave up. With the power of the group, you won't give up, because they won't let you, and they'll keep throwing you back in the ring. Thanks for joining us on the They to We Leadership podcast. If today's episode helped you think differently about management, take a moment to reflect and then apply it. Because real leadership isn't what you say, it's what you do next. And the real enemy is our pride and blindness on how we are really doing. Only with the help of others can we truly make an impact on those around us.